All right, here we are again. Rex is still 4 years old. We're at Arizona at spring training. And what we had done, we had found a park that day. And my instruction, you can't hear it on this video, but I'm telling him, asking him, how far can you hit it? Let's see how far you can hit it. We'd put a place or a marker out there to use as the home run. And what we did here, you're going to notice something with this swing that was, it really struck my eye, and I'm going to see if you can notice the same thing. But let's watch this, and the only instruction he's given right here is how far can you hit it. See how far you can hit it, Rex. So he hits it pretty well, but something that really turned my eye at this point is just not only his ability to hit the ball further, but some of the things that's taking place in his swing mechanics. And this is coming from a guy that knows absolutely nothing about the swing. I spend all my time with pitching, but I do know how similar hitting and pitching are as far as generating power through rotation and connection, just tenets of Paul Nyman's. And one that really struck at me is something that Paul Nyman, if you haven't visited setpro.com, I highly, highly encourage you to do so. That's by far and away the best information on the internet, and his work has not only influenced mine, but most of the guys that I consider the top pitching and hitting minds in the game will also say the same thing. So check out Paul Nyman's work at setpro.com. By far and away the best information on the planet. But one of the tenets that Paul discusses is rotating into foot plant. And you're going to notice, watch his back hip, his back knee. And what you're going to see with that is that it actually starts to turn before his front foot touches down. You can see that? And the next thing that he's starting to do that he didn't do in previous videos is he's starting to start to swing with the hips versus the back hand. And then last, something that caught my eye was as he goes down to get this low pitch, he actually starts to sink in his legs. Let's watch this. Let's watch the back knee. We'll start it here. It's not a very straight line, but you'll see what I'm talking about. See how he's sinking in his legs to get that? He's not being upper body dominant. He's staying inside the legs, staying on the ball. And it's there. But again, this is coming from no instruction. It was just the intent to swing the bat as hard as you can. And we do this so often that his swing is starting to take place on its own. Now, a lot of guys had asked me, how do you get him to see the ball? Well, I don't. You need to watch the previous video where I discussed how we go through this. Now, we do some other drills that I'm not going to discuss on here that we'll discuss at a later time. But something that he does really well is initially we would just start with a bigger ball, a bigger bat, and that's how we would go about it. But I highly encourage you guys just to encourage your younger guys to swing the bat as hard as they can, and good things are going to pay off because it's all about working with the end in mind. Again, we're trying to develop a software program that's to hit the ball for power. Who cares if he puts the ball in play? Anytime you start to reward him for putting the ball in play, where you're going to get a swing that's adapted to put the ball in play. I want him to swing it as hard as he can because we're praising the intent, not the results. The intent, he's got total control of. The results, he doesn't. So I don't want to associate cheering and rewarding him with results because he can't control those. However, he can control the intent, and that's why I make the biggest deal when he swings and misses because I don't want him to be afraid to swing the bat. I don't want to take away his intent to try to swing the bat hard. And over the years, it's starting to take shape, and you're going to see that, man, if you'll just get out of these kids' ways, eliminate the instruction, the motor patterns will not only shape much, much faster, but they're not worried about you. They're not trying to please you. They're having fun. They're not slowing down their development because too often we're the ones that are getting in their way with the instruction. Hey, do this, do that. They've got so many things on their little minds right now, and you got to think these are little ones that are still believe in Santa Claus and SpongeBob. So get away from the instruction and all the how-to. Take your son out there, throw the ball, have fun with it, and just reward him, praise him for his intent, and good things are going to happen.